We want to go live now to CNN's Anderson Cooper, who is in Tacloban, a town left completely flattened by the storm surge. Anderson, we hear the mayor is urging people there to get out of town as quickly as possible.
And people are certainly heeding that warning. They've been trying to get out, frankly, for 5, now moving into the 6th day since the storm. I mean, I can tell you about 300 feet, 400 feet from where I'm standing, there is already a line of people, and they have been standing all night, many of them standing all day yesterday, just waiting, residents here, just waiting for Philippine military aircraft to come. They come about once or twice a day and get some people on those C-130 planes, get them to Manila, get them to Cebu, or just basically get them anywhere but here. People just are desperate to get out. There is really, in the direction all behind me, Jake, there is really nothing. I mean, the houses are gone, the shacks are gone, people are still looking for food, still desperate for water. Even the people standing in line here at the airport will come up to you with an empty water bottle and ask you if you have any water. Supplies are running low for everybody. And you talked about the aid coming in. It is coming in the last 24 hours, the last 12 hours in particular. There has been a big uptick on it. Brigadier General Kennedy, the Marine general in charge of this operation here at the airport, promised to get the airport up and running on a 24-hour basis. He has done that. Planes have been coming in during the night. There is aid stacked up. I just walked by, pallets and pallets of it from USAID, tarps, thousands of tarps that could be used for people to shelter under the brutal heat, under the rain that comes in intermittently. But the problem, as you say, is getting it out from this airfield now to the communities, even to communities, a mile away from here, half a mile away from here. There aren't trucks. There's not fuel. We're running out of fuel to even broadcast. It is a very, very dicey situation here, and the bottom line is more needs to come, more logistics, more trucks, more fuel in order to actually get this aid to the people who need it most.
Anderson, is there any indication that the Philippines government knows that the problem is getting all the aid and the tarps that you are talking about that are right near you, that they know that they need to be able to provide soldiers or police or whomever to provide that to the survivors who need it, and that those reinforcements are coming to do that job? Or is everybody just sitting around waiting and wondering when help like that will arrive?
There are hundreds of Philippine police and military here at the airport and elsewhere at roadblocks and such, but you don't see them out going block by block, searching for bodies, searching for, I haven't seen any search and rescue operations, even in the immediate days after the storm. You think back to the tsunami in Japan back 2 years ago or 3 years ago, within a day there were Japanese defense forces out they didn't have heavy earth-moving equipment. They were just out on foot, walking block by block. They divided up communities. That has not happened here. People are left to their own devices. I was with a mother who was searching for her 6 dead children yesterday. She'd found 3 of them. She'd have to carry their bodies, place them under some sacks, but she was still looking for her 3 other children. Her husband, she'd already found his body, and there's just no one to help these people. People here are very resilient. They're used to being abandoned by their government for generations, for decades certainly, and there's not a high expectation on the part of a lot of people here of outside help or governmental help, and that is certainly, their expectations have certainly been met. I think the government must know what's going on. It's just a question of ability and logistics. There are not the trucks available to get aid out here. That's something certainly the Marines are hoping to work on in the next couple of days, but it's still a very desperate situation.
That's so heartbreaking, Anderson. I know you did an aerial tour of the damage today. You'll be showing that on your show later this evening. What did you see out there? Give us some perspective of just how bad things are in some of these towns.
Yeah, we went out with the Marines in their Osprey aircraft, which have now started to fly, which really allow them to get into some places that others have not been able to get into. So we went to a nearby island, about a 30-minute flight from here, called Samar. Again, it's devastation. It's one island after another all along the south that's just destroyed. We landed with a member, a captain from the Philippine Special Forces from the Navy, and you know, he was talking to the people. He was trying to get an assessment of the damage. And the bottom line, the message is more supplies. We need food. We need water. And in these small communities, there's only about, according to this captain, only about 15 or 20% of these communities that have actually been assessed. So there's still a lot we don't know about what's going on in some of these outlying places.
All right, Anderson Cooper and Tacloban, thank you so much. Stay safe, my friend.